The world is ostracising the United States. Yes, they're boycotting it. That they are. It's not just Canada. No. It's the world. You see, we're all pretty pissed off at Donald Trump. At Donald Trump and his tariffs and the way he's treating people. And treating people at the border and that as well. You see, we don't want to get probed at the border, no. We don't want to end up in some ICE detention centre somewhere being probed, no. Or eaten by alligators. Alligator Auschwitz. No, we don't. Just because of some social media post that we might have made about Donald Trump. Or videos even about Donald Trump and his minions sucking on a chocolate starfish. Oh, God, you have a corn? Oh, can I talk about corn? Oh, there's some corn. Yeah, just there. Well, you see, Canada have set the precedents that they have on the boycotts that they have. You've got Charlie Angus making his speeches. He made a speech, basically like a group meeting it was. It was like a group chat with a whole load of other leaders who then basically, they're agreeing with Charlie Angus and they're feeling the same sentiment. They've had enough. They're looking at boycotting the United States, other world leaders. Now, I've got a video on that, which I'll probably tag on the end of this one. It's literally of Charlie Angus doing his little speech. And it's, it's from the heart, it's from the heart. And it's important. It is important. Now, I know that some people are going to say, well, why do you want to boycott the United States for? Well, because he's a feckin' evil bastard and he's treating everyone like they are his playthings. And whenever we stand up against him, what does he do? He has a hissy fit and ups the tariffs. Well, that means you can't trust him. And if you can't trust him, you can't trust the trade deals. You cannot trust the United States anymore. And I'm sorry to say that. I really am, I wish it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Quite frankly, I'd have rather seen someone like Bernie Sanders in power. Obviously. So you have a chance of actually having a free-for-all health care. Other countries do it, but not the United States. Because they're owned by the corporations. The corporations own everything. They own everything, and they want your data. And they can get your data by owning everything. Palantir, for instance, stealing your data. Google stealing your data. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. They're all stealing your data. Well, you see, they know full well you're going to go for you're going to click, because you want to carry on. You're not going to look at the terms and conditions, are you? You're not going to go and look at the details of what you're signing up for. No, you're just going to sign it. Click the little box to carry on because you've got busy lives. Meanwhile, they own your data. Meanwhile, they're going to do whatever they can with your data. Now, what are you going to say? Oh, well, I've got nothing. They can have whatever they got, whatever I have. I don't care what they know about me. Oh, dear me. Oh, how mistaken you are. Thinking that. You see, data is the new gold. As it is. Now, this reminds me of people who go around wearing Nike t-shirts and stuff like that, or Nike hats and big logos on them. For feck's sake, they should be paying you to wear that fucking thing. You're promoting them. You're going around holding up advertising. You are the advertising campaign. It's just silly. It's just silly. Be more discreet. People need to be more discreet. Most of the stuff is made in sweatshops anyway. There's nothing good about it. Yet you want to wear your Nikes, your Pumas and God knows what else. Well, the world is building a wall. Not just a physical wall. We're talking about a red wall. A wall of red tape. You see, Europe, for instance, there's a whole load of freaking red tape for Europe, you see, because they protect their markets. And they're supposed to. Because what's the point of being a member of a club if the club isn't looking after its own? Plain and simple, You've got, obviously, red tape regarding data, you've got red tape regarding social media platforms, and there should be, and in fact, it should be even tougher. It should be getting full on tough on lies. I'm sick to death of lies and people being able to use these platforms to promote lies, mistruths, misdirection, deliberate it is. Just to manipulate you, you see. People with a lack of thinking, they get suckered, they do, by the headlines. Now, you've got the boycotts, individuals, the people, like the people in Canada, doing their boycotts. You see, these boycotts and this refusal to travel to the United States, well, it sends a message. You're voting with your passports, is what you're doing. It sends a message to your leaders. You've got Mark Carney, for instance, the Prime Minister, for instance, of the Liberal Party, the leader of Canada. He's doing what he can to soften the damage from Donald Trump's tariffs. He's trying to be diplomatic. So he can't go full on Charlie Angus, can he? No. But we do know what he thinks. He's told us. He's told us. We do know that he believes that the country has to look after its own industries. And other countries are, well, leaning that way now as well. Mexico, for instance, you've got Colombia. You know, all these countries that feel that they've been, ostracised, they've been attacked by the United States. Whether it be by tariffs or removal of this, that and the other, like for instance US aid and what have you, which is a ridiculous move that is. Isn't just about whether or not Donald Trump is now killing children. No, it's about your soft power and your ability to hang that over other countries to get your own way. And that's basically what this soft power and what this US aid was used for. It wasn't just about doing some good and about feeding children and food, getting food into countries and what have you, and sorting water supplies out and that, you know. No, it wasn't just that. It's about having that negotiating power with their governments. If you want their minerals, you know. Now, I'm looking at this here. I'll make some notes, you see. Bit of paper today. Canadians, regarding tourism, what have you, and visa applications are down by 30%. Brits are down 13%. Colombians are down 33%. And Germany's down 26%. It goes on, Spain, France, what have you. It's, you know, they're all pretty much pissed off. And they're kind of like subtle boycotts. And even Ecuador's bloody pissed off. Ecuador, because they feel that environmentally their country's been damaged by the oil company, by American oil companies. So they're pissed off. So they, you know, the people are speaking louder than the governments. And you can see this in the tourism. You go, you look at the casinos and the airports and Las Vegas and all these places. They go busy places. They are usually. They're dead. They're dying of death. The beaches have got no umbrellas on them. You know, there's no Germans putting the towels on the beds, on the sun lounges. First thing in the morning before anyone else gets up. Oh, no, that's a stereotype. Now, I've just been reading through TripAdvisor, all right, because I was a bit curious about it. So I was going through some of the reviews on TripAdvisor for some American locations, and where people are actually putting their first-hand hand experiences on, but they ain't good. And because these places are dead, the experience that people are getting it's not great. You know, it's all about the hustle and the bustle and all that, you know. It's about... makes you feel good and that, you know, I suppose. When you're at these places, if that's your thing. But there's no one there. So they're going to these deserted places to go on holiday. And because there's no one there, half the bloody facilities are not opened. Because no one's making any bloody money, you know. You're going to, are you? Like being out of season. So, yeah, so you sort of read this on, like, for instance, TripAdvisor, loads of comments, and then some of the stuff on social media, oh my God, where people are being literally just disappeared, you know. There are so many accounts now, we only hear about the ones that have made the press, you know. The ones that maybe the lawyers have got hold of and stuff like that, you know, and has made the press. Like Garcia and people like that, you know. But there are so many accounts now of Canadians, Mexicans, and all that being held for too long, or they literally end up in, in a camp somewhere, waiting for their, you know. It's like that poor woman who lost her baby. You know, and she nearly died herself while she's in detention, and no one would get her any health care that she needed. She could have saved the baby, but no, they're happy for it to die, you see. It's one less brown person. These people are evil, plain and simple. They really are evil. And when I see Latinos, brown faces working for ICE, and I think to myself, you're kind of worse than the white faces, you know, who are working for ICE. You're just fucking evil. People who shit on their own, they are the worst, aren't they? Let's be honest. They really are. It's like someone, I don't know, doxing their own family members or something, you know what I mean? I know I talk about this stuff and what have you, and I might put my take on it and that, but it really saddens me, you know? Now, I've got little black grandchildren. They're lovely. I love my little grandchildren, I really do. And their father's from Nigeria, you know. He works bloody hard, he does. Bloody hard. Clever chap, you know. And he's all of a sudden just lost his contract because of AI. You know, he's a programmer, you know. He's, actually he kind of worked out at flaws in software and stuff like that. Tried to break it, basically. Anyway, he lost his contract because of AI. So he had to diversify, and that's what he's done. He's now gone for it on his last stages of becoming a driving instructor. That's just like from one thing to the next, you know. And since he's been made unemployed, basically, he's been going around buying up like box loads of laptops and selling laptops cheap, you know, to make money. You know, to keep their head above water. You know, they've got debts, car loans and stuff like that they've got to pay, you know. People's lives are getting messed up. AI is shit. ICE is shit. We kind of love all this technology and everything. It's all fantastic. But when it comes down to it, it is taking people's jobs away, which means it takes people's lives away. It's destroying. It's destruction. Anyway, that's a different topic anyway. But my point being is that, you know, I just don't understand why some people are just so bigoted. I don't get it. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been one of those people years ago. I wouldn't have been racist, but I wouldn't have understood what they were what they had to go through just to get through life. Back in the day, you know, it's like 20 odd years ago or something like that, you know, because I didn't really experience it myself or see it firsthand. Or since I've been doing this channel, and I talk to lots of people online about how, and obviously I have stories and stuff like that. I follow a lot of different channels and news sources and stuff, you know, just so you got to chew on what you don't, you know, what you disagree with, you know. Sometimes it gives you more of a broader aspect on life, and I think it's important that we do that. It's painful sometimes, because these people are clearly out of their fucking minds. But, you know, you just have to do it, don't you? And it doesn't help sometimes when you do things like that. Cause it affects your own mental health, stresses you out. You think, what, are people already like this? Why can't we just all get on, you know? Is that too utopian for you, you know? Why have people got to be just nasty for the sake of being nasty? What we need is, we need a special gas, right? And it gets rid of all the nasty people. Or, I'll tell you what, that makes them all fall asleep, so we can stick them all on an island somewhere. I don't know. I'll just try to think of an island. Okay, maybe it's a food. Texas. Take all to Texas. Right. Florida or something like that, you know. All the nasty people, and build a fucking great wall around them. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, you tell me what you think. Please leave it in the comments down below. But remember that you're voting with your passports, and that gives the power to everybody. Don't visit the United States. Don't buy US products. Just make different choices in life. For a start, their cars are shit, so why would you want them? Quite frankly. You know, even Tesla, the panels fly off. They used Gorilla Glue. Anyway, please click the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel, little bell icon, because then you get one buzz feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Blimey. And now you got Superman. What the hell? What the hell? There's a ghost. Oh. That's Nick Abbott with LBC Radio. Also, start playing on my phone. Anyway, see, I'm bugged. So yeah, anyway, click the like button and maybe subscribe to the channel, bell icons, and you get one place feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. And if you want to support the channel, you do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below. We're also doing a rewilding here in France. We're planting trees, 1,000 trees on 2 hectares. The land's about 5 acres. And yeah, if you want to be part of that, you can have a tree, and we'll put a tree in the ground on your behalf. I'll make a sign to go with the tree, give a memory of a loved one, or whatever you like, really, you know, message, you know. I'll do that with a laser. So anyway, it's time for me to go. Say toodaloo, you know. Toodaloo. Don't forget to big bell like button and comment down below.